Holy moly! So Spider-Man has joined the Civil War? Captain America is gonna have to go up against Spider-Man? What's going on? Hang on to your caves, people, because you just joined Super Geeks. All right, people. So, how's everybody been? Chelle, you were sick. So I'm George. My social media is Choosh99A, and you can find me there. So, Chelle, you were sick last episode. How are you feeling?
I'm a lot better, thanks.
Well, that's good
And
to
I
know.
also have really good news. My mom is out of ICU. We talked about for a little bit.
Awesome.
Yeah, so she got out of ICU today into a regular hospital room. So she's still recovering, but she's better as well.
That sounds really good. Awesome.
Thanks.
So we got Chelle, and we also have returning to us this week my friend Ross. Ross, how you doing?
Back from the depths of the deepest ocean, it is I!
Damn, seriously, we got to record that stuff.
Right.
Yeah. So Ross, where can people find you on social media?
People can find me on Twitter at Subsailor688. Again, a reminder, the sub stands for submarine, you perverts.
Perverts.
Uh-huh.
And my friend Anthony, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Anthony Battles.
Awesome. So,
What about Chelle? She didn't get to say where you could follow her.
Yeah, she did.
No, I didn't.
Oh,
but people can follow me on Twitter at Michelle LHS.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought for sure I asked you that. Sorry. Been a long night.
It's fine.
All right. Well, okay. So welcome to Super Geeks, people. Because we're all super geeks. So there's actually a ton to talk about tonight, which is not weird at all considering the world we live in. So I don't know where to start. You know what? I do know where to start. Let's start with the biggest news drop of the day, which was Spider-Man in the Marvel Civil War with Captain America. He appeared for the first time in a trailer today.
At last.
Oh my god.
By far the most anticipated character. People have been talking about having him in Civil War since it was announced that he would show up in Civil War.
And I
now
talked about this
finally
last week
here
with Anthony.
3-second clip.
Yeah, and it was just me and Anthony. So sorry, go ahead, Chelle.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just gonna say that last week Anthony and I were talking about this a little bit. We talked about how Spider-Man is critical to the whole. If they're going to mimic the comic story, at least.
Right.
Spider-Man is critical to the Civil War story. Now that doesn't mean because they're taking liberties, obviously, but they weren't sure if they were going to be able when they first, when the Marvel universe made their way to the film. Spider-Man wasn't an option on the table because Sony had the rights.
Well, Sony wasn't interested in selling.
Right, exactly. But then Spider-Man, the new one, 2 happened. And
it wasn't as bad as the third Sam Raimi Spider-Man.
It wasn't, but it was enough to make them go, we need help. So MCU reached out. They wanted him anyways. They were going to use Black Panther, and they still are, as his replacement, as the placeholder for his role in the Civil War. However, that being said, it's awesome. We got Spider-Man. He's back. He's in there. He's where he belongs.
And he seems to be starting out on the same side as he did in the comic series.
Exactly, on Tony Stark's side, and now
as his protege.
Assuming this is true, but we don't know if they don't know how true to the comic story they're going to follow.
Tony gives him a pet name.
Yeah, he makes him
That
an Iron
doesn't
Spider
mean
suit.
anything.
My thing is this though. So
Go ahead.
you have all right. It's exciting that Spider-Man is going to be a part of the Civil War. That's awesome, right?
It's
I
more
love
than
to see
awesome.
Spidey in there. Now, my thing is this: the whole Civil War started with Captain America going after his friend Bucky, who murdered half a town. And Bucky,
In the
you know,
movie.
no, come on now. It's all about Bucky in this movie,
Yeah. Well, a little bit.
okay? And then now people are taking sides because Captain America wants to recruit Bucky and have Bucky be a good guy when Bucky's been bad the whole time.
Well, he hasn't. He was brainwashed.
He was bad the
In the
whole
movies,
time.
He was
though, he
brainwashed.
was.
It's more than just Bucky. Both trailers so far have shown that there is a massive push, both from the government and from society, to try and curtail these superhuman actions that have caused huge devastation across the planet.
Yeah.
See, I didn't get that from. I mean, I'm familiar with the story. I'm just saying I didn't get that from the trailer. I was expecting that from the trailers. From the trailers, what I got was exactly what Anthony said, that this was all about Bucky. Because I mean, they kept, half of the trailer was Captain talking to Bucky, and
Hmm.
then there at the end of the new one, he was like, "But he was my friend," and then Tony
He's
Stark was,
my
and so, but so
friend.
no,
Yeah.
but then Tony Stark was, "But I was too." I mean, I'm
Yeah.
just saying they are really hammering the Bucky thing. It seems like they might be getting away from that story.
I don't
I
know.
think this is just a case of trailer where they're trying to push an idea with one trailer when it doesn't exactly reflect the actual plot of the movie.
Well,
I'm thinking George and Ross are going to be disappointed.
But that's what you guys are hoping because you want it to be the story from the comic books.
No, I actually
Yeah.
don't. I want to be surprised. I hated the story from the comic books. Here's the thing, I loved it, but at the same time, I hated it. It ruined Iron Man for me. In the comics, Tony Stark was unredeemable. You know how I don't care if people anymore. If people are butthurt by spoilers. So Ben
Well, the
Solo,
movie's not out,
aka
so it's not a spoiler.
Kylo Ren killed Han, his father. Yay, you know the truth now. Whatever. Okay, so as much as that was a spoiler, okay.
I love how you bring Star Wars into this
No,
thing
there's
about
there's a
Civil
reason.
War.
But no. Hey, there's a reason I'm doing this. So, but the reason why is because the same way that everybody is like, any chance we had of loving Kylo Ren is now he can't be redeemed. There's so many fans that are like, oh, he's unredeemable because of Han Solo. He killed Han Solo. Blah blah blah. Iron Man in the comics, same thing. So
It's not. I
Tony
don't think
Stark
that's
is a
necessarily true
Well,
for
that
him anyway.
Tony
Because what
Stark.
about Darth Vader? He was redeemed in the end. Everybody's like
Yeah.
at the end. There's like, oh, he was a good
That's
guy.
right. He
in the
became
end.
good. He
And he
became
was
good.
He did, but
evil.
Anakin didn't. He killed younglings that were unnamed that nobody knew anything about. He didn't kill
He
Han
killed
Solo.
children.
He
Okay,
killed
and you don't have to
unnamed
name the
children.
child for it to be.
For the fans, you do, dude.
Oh,
you have
No,
to
I
let
don't-
mercy.
that little kid goes,
Maybe.
Master Skywalker, blah blah.
Tony
blah.
didn't kill anybody though.
Well,
Yeah,
but in the comics though, what he did led to the
What
death
did he
of-
do that is so unredeemable by
He
your
led to the
standards?
death of
He
Captain
did
America.
create a android clone of Thor that could wield a Mjolnir and be controlled
It wasn't
by
just that.
him and Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, but it wasn't just that.
Okay.
He sided.
That doesn't make him an awful villain.
Okay, but
And then there were the Thunderbirds.
he's Trump. Guys,
That made him the villain. I'm
Sorry,
kidding.
Thunderbolts.
he's Donald Trump. I'm sorry. Tony Stark is...
That's going a bit far, George.
No, not at all. Oh, okay, maybe a little bit. Tony Stark
So-
is Go ahead, Rochelle.
I was just gonna say, so what we're doing, this is what and I was telling Ross and Anthony this earlier. This is what I have seen all over my Facebook today. For the last months, all over my Facebook has been political stuff. People on one
Team
side or the
Cap
other.
or Team
Today,
Stark.
all I saw is Team Cap or
Yep.
Team Iron Man. People are already drawing the
Team
line
Cap.
and taking.
I'm on nobody's team. I just want the movie to be excellent. I just want a good movie. But all I'm saying is the war is starting over Captain America's friend Bucky because they were in World War II together.
Yeah, but they don't say in the trailers what actually
In the
starts
last movie, he was trying to
I
save
know
Bucky
that,
and
but as far
redeem
as what
him.
actually starts the
Okay.
Civil War, it's not actually because of him. It's because of it's actually because of Thunderbolt Ross, the character. Funny how Ross, haha. Because William Hurt plays a character who was in the Hulk. He played General Thunderbolt Ross, and he reprises his role in this. And you see him in this new trailer, and he was the general who is the father of Betty Ross, who was the love interest of the Hulk. So
And user of the inferior super soldier serum.
yeah, in the comics he becomes
But
Red,
are
Red
they
Hulk.
going to pursue that same storyline, even though they have the character set up? Because the trailers don't indicate that they are.
But,
It looks like a case of same but different.
Yeah.
Where instead of a huge superhuman registration act, I'm not sure what I keep hearing the Sokovia Accords, some kind of world's unifying document where people all over the globe are rallying against this surge of superhuman power. And it's terrifying.
Well, here's what I heard. So in the comics, there was a school. Okay, so there was a group. I can't remember the name of the superhero.
It was a reality show. It was a superhero reality show.
In the comics, a group of superheroes. One of them was the husband of Firestar from the cartoons, and they blew up a school by accident, trying to save them.
It was a superhero reality show. They were coming across a group of villains, and one of them, a mutant, was way out of their league. I forget his exact name.
Yeah,
but he was on some kind of drug that amplified his powers tenfold. Nitro was his name. And when he used it, he nuked an entire small town in Connecticut. And this rallied the entire country behind an idea that
was it a
many
town
humans...
or was it a school? It doesn't matter. The point is, he blew people up.
Well, there's people who are not superheroes that are blowing up schools and cities and stuff like that. So there's that's a moot point because humans do that as well. So what really is it that is causing these people to rise up against the superheroes? I will tell you.
Because they're scared.
I will tell you.
Because they're scared, yeah.
Fear is what's driving...
You're right. It is fear, but it's also that attitude of, you're stronger than me, you must be controlled because it's not fair.
You're different than me.
And that is fear, though. Yeah. If somebody is afraid because it's not fair, they say it's not fair because of fear. But so here's the other thing. So the X-Men Civil War movie is supposed to be in a few years, right? After this. So if they don't pursue the registration part as the main part, then I mean they would have to if they're going to keep that, right?
Didn't all the X-Men die in the last movie?
Yeah. No, they rebooted. They fixed the time. He went. You didn't see X-Men Days of Future Past?
Yeah.
No, I've seen them all. I'm just saying, didn't they? I was referring to the movie where they all died in it.
Right, but they fixed it in Days of Future Past.
Yeah, I love how they kill everybody off, and they're like, "Just kidding. Oh, we're fixing the timeline.
We're erasing."
But that is actually based on.
Just kidding.
No, you're not. That was actually based on the actual comic event, though. In all fairness, it was good. So anyway.
Yeah, but go ahead, George.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, but comics are known to do that. They'll kill everybody off.
Oh, yeah.
Then the next episode, just kidding.
Don't get me started on that.
Oh. Yeah,
no one's ever really dead in a superhero story.
That is actually... Oh, Chelle, good point.
Unless you
How many times has Superman died?
Like at least twice.
There you go.
At least twice. Yeah, well, so what I was going to say was that the thing was that... Jeez, I forgot what I was going to...
We distracted
He's so lost
him.
in his own thoughts.
He's so lost.
Wow, that was a hell of a squirrel. Back to...
Just kidding! Yeah.
I'm joking.
Spider-Man?
So, yeah. So, Spider-Man... So, the Civil War, okay? Iron Man is unredeemable in the comics, anyways. They tried to fix it. It was like, oh, it turned out this, it turned out that. In the comic books, the way I read the comics of the Civil War, and I talked about this in the last episode. Tony Stark, as far as I'm concerned, is a piece of crap. All right, he is unredeemable. He is like, this is actually before they even cast Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man.
But I still don't know what he did in your consciousness that made him unredeemable.
He sided with the government in the comics to...
Oh, so he sold out to you. To you, he sold out.
Yes.
Okay, so that's unredeemable.
Well, no, you had to see it because Captain America was his best friend. And
so is Bucky.
But Captain America was his best friend, and Captain America, in his eyes, chose Bucky over him.
He chose Bucky over, so now...
He chose Bucky over the
which was the right choice. Which is the right choice.
Well, because because Captain America was always the good boy and the one who was wanting to follow all the rules, and then Captain America started completely acting out of character. I mean, what would you say if I told you I was completely Team Iron Man?
Cap's never been really big on pro-government, though.
Well, I mean, he was a poster boy for the government.
No. He's a poster boy for the American ideal.
Exactly. Ross is completely right on this. This is what I talked about. You weren't here last episode, Chelle. Captain America had a conversation with Spider-Man in the I'll never forget this. I read this in the comics. Spider-Man, this is the thing. People are like, oh, Spider-Man's on the wrong side. They never read that Civil War comic because he switches sides. See, here's the thing with Spider-Man.
He's on both sides.
He started off on Tony Stark's side because Tony was like, hey, Peter Parker, come with me and I'll give you this and I'll make you an Iron Man.
Peter was his protege at Stark Labs. So here's the thing. So Captain America had a speech on the top of a roof somewhere, wherever. And and Spider-Man asked him, "Why are you doing this?" And I talked about this a little bit last episode, and I'll just because you weren't here, Chelle. So the reason why Captain America explained to Spider-Man that he's on the anti-registration side is this: he made a point about there was a lot of things he said that I can't repeat because there's just too much. But he said he quoted Mark Twain. And Mark Twain says, and this is sort of a paraphrase, he said, it doesn't matter if 100 million people agree that this is the right thing to do. It doesn't mean it's the right thing to do.
It also doesn't mean it's the wrong thing to do.
Okay. That's the counter.
I'm just saying, George, you still have not given us an actual reason why you're so anti-Iron Man.
Because Captain America...
It's not like he killed younglings or something.
So here's what happened with Tony in Civil War.
Yeah.
Tony, he was pulling out the stops, trying to find a way to end the conflict as quickly as possible. One of the things he did is he went to one of the big supervillain penitentiaries and offered redemption to supervillains if they would fight for his side.
Yeah.
And they became the Thunderbolts. In addition, Reed Richards, with Tony Stark and Hank Pym's help, created a android clone of
But didn't that have the backing of the government?
Not exactly. They created
it was off the books.
It was like Homeland Security.
Can we have an aside for a second?
Yeah.
So they were talking about a couple years ago. They were talking about how there's going to be a Fantastic Four reboot, but then they're saying now, even if there is a reboot, it's still not going. They're still not going to be part of this. So how is that going to
a third reboot?
Are they just? Yeah, that's what they were saying. Is there was going to be another one this year, but I haven't heard anything more from that.
So that's the thing. You have to take a side.
Would still not be owned by Marvel Studios.
Okay, so you have to take the. You have to ignore. Okay, so when they made Civil War. When they first started making the film, they weren't sure if they were not even sure if they were going to have Spider-Man. So
and that's my question: is that story is kind of integral to the plot, and they're not going to have Reed Richards because they're not going to have the Fantastic Four. So how are they just going to write him out of it?
Wasn't the guy who played Captain America also the Flame Boy on?
So
that's why, because he can't be in two places at once.
Well,
Flame on!
No, there's been a different one since then. There's
He's
been
a
a
hell of a
different
lot
Human
better
Torch
Cap.
since then.
Michael B. Jordan. He played the other Johnny Storm.
Yeah, there's been another set of Fantastic Four since then.
No, I like it with Jessica Alba.
I do too, but you know,
I
that's a
love
separate
her.
thing.
She is beautiful.
She makes a terrible blonde, though.
Yeah.
Well, she's not meant to be a blonde,
She
especially
Yeah.
with
looks
that
so much
olive
better with
skin,
black
right?
hair, like she did
Yeah.
in Dark Angel.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's a separate issue, but
She
you're right.
is
Michael B.
pretty
Jordan.
regardless what color hair.
Yeah.
So I hesitate to call Tony irredeemable after Civil War, like George
I-
does.
I don't think Tony's irredeemable. I still like Iron Man.
He is
I'm
in
a
the
fan of
hold on,
Iron
hold
Man.
on.
I do too.
He is in the comics. I'm not. I'm totally separately judging.
I'm
this
talking about the
version.
comics too, George.
Yeah. I do think he's irredeemable in the comics.
I mean, yeah, he does. become a
I
bit of
actually
a
think
stooge at
Captain
one
America
point.
is the bad guy in this movie.
In the
I do
movie?
too.
And that's the thing that I think some people are finally starting to clue in on. Those that have read the comic and read the series know that it ends, spoiler, 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 spoiler,
I
spoiler,
think,
spoiler,
think,
that
no,
Cap
no.
dies in the end.
I think that Iron Man's going to die in this one. And I'll tell you
That's
why.
a possibility.
The reason I think this is because it would be a flip. Okay, so first of all, everybody knows, well, not everybody, but everybody who read the comics knows that Captain America died and then got, obviously resurrected in the original Civil War. So what I think is going to happen is, here's my opinion. My opinion is,
No one stays dead in Marvel.
well,
Respect your story,
well-
respect your characters. If you kill someone, leave them dead, damn it.
but yeah. But Robert Downey Jr. is very expensive as an actor. You have to look at it from different angles. As
They
production,
are not going to kill him off just.
They're
so
not
they
gonna
can
kill
take
him
a
off.
fuck on Robert Downey
You got to
Jr.
remember, Robert Downey Jr. said at the end of his contract he's done. But
I'm
that
telling you-
does
I'm
not
telling
mean
you.
it's the end
I'm
of
telling
Iron
you-
Man.
I'm telling you, I'm not saying he's going to stay dead. See, the thing, even with Captain America in the original storyline, he died and was brought back to life. I'm not saying that whoever dies is going to stay dead. I'm just saying that whoever is going to die this time is going to be Iron Man. That's my opinion. Because
Didn't Iron Man die in the last movie? In his
No.
last movie,
Nope.
when they blew up his house and it fell into the ocean in Malibu?
No.
Nope.
He faked. He
No.
made people believe he was dead.
I was sad. I'm like, that's a beautiful house. I love Malibu. It's a
Right?
great city, right? And then
That
when I
was
saw
what-
that
I was
house,
like-
I didn't
yeah,
even know
I'm
there
like,
was in Malibu, California.
I was like,
Malibu,
that's so
you've never been
sad.
to, you know what, check this out. Just a side note. I almost ran over Alicia Moore in Malibu, California. You know who Alicia Moore is, right?
No,
Yes,
who's she?
and I was
That's
so
Pink.
mad at you.
Yeah.
Pink.
Oh, Pink?
Yeah, she ran out in front of me while she
You
was
wait,
out
wait, wait,
almost
jogging.
ran over Pink.
Yes.
You almost ran
You
over Pink,
bastard.
dude.
Right?
Hey, she ran out in front of me, okay?
Was she Pink
That
at the
doesn't
time?
matter. You almost ran over Pink.
Yeah,
Right?
but she was out jogging.
Dude, she made out with
with
chicks.
So, so there is a Malibu, California, and I was really sad when Robert Downey Jr.'s house fell into the ocean.
I didn't
That
even
was
know.
such a nice house.
I was sadder when he broke that piano
Oh.
in the first movie.
Yeah.
That
You guys
the
are,
piano
like-
is a more beautiful thing than a house.
Uh,
Especially a grand piano like that.
But that house, oh my gosh.
The house.
It was a beautiful house.
Yes.
So I'm gonna switch topics just a tiny bit because something dropped yesterday, or I think it was yesterday, that was big. And even if you don't watch it, I don't care because it's big. Chelle will know what I'm talking about. Supergirl and Flash. Actually, they dropped that friggin' the promo art, and they declared that in the synopsis, they made it clear for people who are confused that it is an alternate universe. The Flash is trapped in her universe. You guys see that stuff?
I did not
Okay,
see
so
that, but I
the
knew that it was
crossover
heading
with
there.
with the Flash, Grant Gustin, right? So
Yes.
this is an alternate universe where she battles the Silver Banshee.
Silver,
Wait,
yeah.
yeah.
Well, it wasn't clear that it was an alternate universe, except for you had to kind of infer that when he was. We talked about this like 2 episodes ago. When he crosses over into the alternate universe, he sees Supergirl. You see that, Shell?
Yeah, no, I saw that. And also, so at the last part of the last Flash, his new goal is to get back to Earth too. So
Right.
that's probably where he's going to run into Supergirl is as they're opening portals to different Earths. He's going to happen to land in theirs.
I have a
Unless-
question.
Go
I
ahead.
have a question. Who is faster in running, Supergirl
The
or
Flash.
Flash?
Yep,
The
I
Flash.
knew you were gonna. Yeah, I was gonna say.
I'm gonna say Supergirl.
Nope. Nope.
No, the Flash.
Faster than a speeding bullet.
Not
Able to leap
fastest
tall
thing
buildings in a
alive.
single bound.
Not
It's
even
a
The
bird.
Flash.
It's a plane. It's Supergirl.
Nope. Not even
The
going to be
Flash.
close. I'll tell you why the Flash is going to win. They are
Because
in a
the
race
Flash
at the
can
end.
run back through time.
Well, the Flash has the Speed Force, which is a separate sort of physics to the super speed that Supergirl can do. Okay, so in all of the comics and also the which they reference for making this poster that they just did, and not only that, but in Smallville, and also in the cartoons, everything, Superman always loses every single time. The Flash
Well,
Do you want to know why?
he's the
more than
fastest man
that,
alive.
the Flash ran back through time into his own timeline.
The Flash
He's
is the fastest man.
fastest.
Yeah, but
Period.
don't you remember in the movies where Superman spun the Earth backwards and made it go backwards in time?
But
That's canon. That's canon.
No, it's
You
not.
cannot refute that.
That's
Yes, we
stupid
can.
canon.
Stupid.
But it's canon.
Oh my
You can
God.
call it stupid all you want. It's canon.
I think Ross just made a. I think that Ross just created a new catchphrase, and I want our listeners to let us know what you think. Stupid cannon. Yeah.
Well,
Stupid canon.
if Flash could run back in time and see himself, that's stupid canon as well.
But the
That
point
was in
is
this
in
show.
every iteration of the shows, whenever they make a point out of how Superman is going to race the Flash, guess who wins? The Flash. Because his thing is he's the fastest man alive, so they never wanted to take that away. So,
Yeah, but Supergirl and Superman are aliens.
I want to ask you about the Flash. I know you aren't necessarily keeping up with it, but did you watch the last one?
I watched. Are you talking to me?
Yes. Or
Okay.
anyone who is watching the Flash. I think you're the only one, aren't you? Or are you
I don't
watching?
know.
Yeah, I'm
Ross?
not watching The Flash. I'm going to
Ross?
wait until it all comes out on
I'm still
Netflix.
catching up on everything. I just finished Agent Carter season 2.
Okay, so
There was a big bomb dropped on us last week on the Flash. Did you
last
see
week.
that?
Oh yeah.
Was it last week? I think it was last week.
You're talking about when Zoom was revealed?
When Zoom was revealed.
Yeah.
Did
he
you
pulled
know
off
that?
his mask.
Yeah, and did you expect it?
Yep. Hunter Solomon. Do you remember the episode where he was with Caitlin and he was showing her look at that guy on the bench? That's Hunter
Yes.
Solomon. Okay,
Yes.
so in the comics,
No. I expected
in the
it. I knew it was
but
coming.
in the comics,
And,
Hunter Solomon was Zoom.
well, exactly. But
That's the Earth
and,
One version of in
of
this
Zoom.
version. Well, in this
And-
universe.
But
He's the
that
Earth-
Zoom is not made until he goes to Earth 1.
Not
to-
necessarily.
Hold on, because the man in the cage is also a different version of him.
We haven't
But
seen the
it's
man
still
in the cage.
him. Yes,
We
it
have
ha-
not seen
yes,
it.
We have.
We haven't seen
Yes,
his
we
face.
have. Yes, we have. And
Wait,
because he's
because
the-
everybody on the internet's like,
because
who is
he is the J that Zoom brought back after he killed, put his hands through his chest.
We haven't seen the guy in the mask
portal.
take his mask off though in the cage.
Yes, because they when Barry and the daughter were stuck, he never said that, but it definitely implied that was actually Jay. And that is when I knew that Jay was also Zoom, because those two were connected. And so now it looks like in Earth 2 right now there are 3 copies of Jay.
We don't know
The
for
guy-
sure who's
The one
man.
that is almost dying, Zoom, and the one that went to Earth 2 as the Flash from that went to Earth 1 as the Flash from Earth 2, the one that Caitlin fell in love with.
But we don't know. They have not specifically shown who's behind the mask. Yes, you're right. It is implied. It is.
They're getting so complicated with these plot twists.
Well,
and these
let them
time
give
travel
them some.
twists.
I would like to drop a bomb on both of you.
What?
Okay.
I'm going to explain to you
comes
why
the
Supergirl. I want to explain to you why Supergirl would win a street race with the Flash.
You're gonna lose this argument, but go ahead.
All right, I please allow me to explain before you start
Yes.
jumping in and telling
I
me
will.
I'm
Go ahead.
wrong.
Go ahead.
Okay. Now you got to remember, humans can only run about the fastest ones are about 22 miles an hour. The fastest human ever recorded to run was 23 miles an hour. Okay. Now the Flash, he's faster than 23 miles an hour. So,
Yeah.
for, a cheetah can run 70 miles an hour. Flash could run that fast. That's fast. So that's why they call him the Flash. Supergirl is an alien. She's not human. She gets her strength from the sun. So as long as the sun is shining, she will always be strong, always be fast, always be invulnerable. So that's why she would win against the Flash. The Flash, I know in the comics, wow, he's really fast. That's because he's faster than most humans. He doesn't run 600 miles an hour. Supergirl can. That's
Dude,
the difference.
hold on.
Up the
Quicksilver.
mic.
Okay, you know who Quicksilver is from the Age of Ultron?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the fastest he can run is Mach 10. This is canon. The fastest the Flash can run is infinite. He has something called the Speed Force. It's sort of a separate.
And where did he get his power?
It
The
doesn't
Flash
matter.
can run faster than the speed of light. Just
Yes.
so you know.
The Flash accesses something called the Speed Force. This is something in DC which is sort of it's sort of like warp drive. If you
It's
didn't
not
have it,
canon.
it is canon. The Speed Force
Hold on.
is.
I'm telling you, I just looked it up. Anthony knows how I love to look up stuff.
Okay.
And according to Marvel and then DC stats, Superman can run 4 times the speed of sound, which is 4 times 330 equals 1,320 meters per second, which equals 209,000 or 2,953 miles per hour. Okay.
Okay.
The Flash can run faster than the speed of light, which is 3 million meters per second. So that equals 671,088
And I'm going to
miles
go
per
all
hour.
geek on you. That's humanly impossible because he would burn
Oh,
up.
duh.
Not a human, not a human.
He's a human being.
He
No,
is
he's not.
he is a meta
Where's
human.
he? Where is Flash born? Where was he born?
But
Hackensack, New Jersey.
He was
Yes.
changed from when the
lightning and the
He
chemicals.
was changed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Listen.
Oh,
He
he
is a
became
medic-
It
powder.
doesn't matter how it happened. He accesses what's called the Speed Force. Okay, the
So
Speed
in the
Force.
Flash version 2, number 220, it was established that all Flashes can move past the speed of light via the Speed Force.
Hyperspeed. Yep.
As for Superman, he's never shown at being able to move light speed.
He always loses.
So in the Flash
in a
version
race.
2, number 220, apparently there was a DC Marvel crossover, and the Flash creamed Superman.
Well, they
Yeah,
didn't
but
need
can he stop a bullet?
Wait. Why did you need a DC Marvel crossover? They're both. Hold on. You don't need a DC Marvel crossover. They're both DC. You're talking about something else.
Oh, you're right.
But
Okay.
Well, I'm just reading this post. Okay, I'm
Okay.
just telling you.
I'm just
that in
letting
the
you know
Flash-
that the Speed Force is separate from physics established in the DC universe. It's a thing that they established. It's like their own physics. Okay, so
Deus Ex Machina.
yeah.
I'm gonna have to get Neil deGrasse Tyson to
we need him
chime in on this.
Okay. So
in
the Flash.
Go and get this comic
can
book.
Google all
Flash
you want.
V2 number 220. He went way faster than Superman.
Yeah. I can Google food too, but it doesn't
Well,
mean anything.
Supergirl is faster than Superman. So what are you talking about?
Oh, How do you know? How do you know?
They just said that in the last episode.
They did?
Yeah, so Supergirl flew Jimmy Olsen to the Fortress of Solitude, and Jimmy Olsen said, "Do you know you fly faster than Superman?"
Oh, that was his
Oh
opinion.
my God,
That's
Jimmy
canon.
Olsen.
No,
That's canon.
It's
God,
a
no,
canon
it's not.
opinion from a character.
That is canon.
It's an opinion. Dude.
Just throwing that out there. You've
Okay.
got to remember, Supergirl is actually older than Superman.
Technically. But you know what?
But Superman
And
has
she
been-
flies
Power
faster
Girl, what?
than
Superman
Superman.
Superman has been on Earth longer, so he's absorbed more of the light from the yellow sun,
Yeah,
so he's
exactly.
more powerful.
But she flies faster than Superman.
Hey, guys, here's the thing, okay? The Flash, I keep saying this, but this does matter. The Speed Force is a thing in DC, and if you can tap into the Speed Force, if you're what they call a speedster, and if you ever played the DC MMO, the game, if you pick the category speedster, it means something because there's a thing called the Speed Force. If you can tap into the Speed Force, You are outside sort of time and space. You are not just fast. When Superman and Supergirl and anybody like her, super speed, they are doing this in linear physics. They're doing this like super speed, Mach 10. But the Flash and anybody who's technically a speedster, as they call it, they tap into the Speed Force. They can subserviate the entire physics law, and they can say, screw that, and I can do Mach 99. They can go warp 9. They can do things that are beyond what human physics.
So they can go back in time and tell themselves, don't eat that chocolate cake.
Yes, that's what caused the Flashpoint paradox.
As I understand it, it's a complete mutation of not just their ability to move quickly, but think and react and everything else. They are
exactly
they exist at a speed greater than that is experienced by a normal human being.
Yes. Yep.
Then how are we able to see them?
Because they physically slow themselves down.
No, we don't. That's the whole thing. They are perceived as bing bing. It's a Flash.
If the Flash is just standing there in front of you, he's willing himself to stay still.
That's a lot of energy. That energy to do that, if you go that fast, is enough energy to melt a human being.
Well, okay,
but that's just it. If you're existing in that realm where you can think and see and perceive at speeds where you are able to move that fast, you're not exactly human anymore.
Okay, so we're oversimplifying.
So he's a ghost.
Yeah, pretty much. Yep. So we're oversimplifying that one subject just a little bit of note, because the Flash is the Flash, and he can run really fast. There you go. So
I'm just gonna go on record and say that Supergirl wins.
You know what? That's the thing. Take your bets.
We've been on this for a little while. Can we move on?
So wait. So this is the fun. This is the fun part about the fandom. Okay, who will win? Because they've already kind of implied they're going to do a race at the end of the Flash.
Settle it in Smash.
So who's going to win? Obviously, I believe the Flash. You guys forget, the Flash, the Bart Allen version, and Anthony, you watched Smallville, so I'm a little bit disappointed you didn't remember this. What? Him and Tom Welling had a race, dude. Remember that episode?
Yeah, but Tom Welling let him win. What are you talking about? Didn't you watch the episode?
He didn't let him win. Bart Allen was like, dude, are you kidding me? He flipped around.
The reason why Tom Welling let him win is because John Schneider said, don't reveal your powers.
You're so wrong.
I know I am.
This YouTube clip where
this is my point, though.
Destroyed him.
Yeah, the point I'm trying
Impulse.
Yeah, they're trying to exactly. And the point I'm trying to make is they've shown this before in every iteration where the Flash races Superman in any version, whether it's Smallville or the comics or the cartoon. Superman always loses, and he bows gracefully. He was like, okay, because the thing is that that's the Flash's thing. He's the fastest man alive. They're not going to allow him to lose. It discredits him as his whole catchline, the fastest man alive. So if Supergirl wins, again, it discredits him. So she's not gonna win. Period. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I'm just saying that's discrimination against women.
It's not well. You can say that to be funny, but I'm
teasing. Yeah.
I just want to know what their wager is.
Yeah, we have to.
Well, that dollar. So that time, George can bet his dollar, and Anthony can bet his dollar, and when Anthony wins for DC, for Superman versus Batman being less gross than Deadpool, and then George wins the dollar right back.
By the way, speaking of that, I have a good credit, and I'll explain it to you later. I'm going to modify that bet. Because it's not so much the opening weekend.
Whoa. Can you modify the bet without consent from both sides?
Well, I'm going to ask.
Nope.
Batman v Superman or Civil War, Captain Marvel. Deadpool's not going to be the top at the end of the year. is not going to be the top grossing thing. That's all I'm saying. That's been projected by many credible sources, such as John Campea and other people who kind of are in the know. But, yeah. It's an opinion, but, you can feel free to override me at any time.
I'm just going to tell you right now, during that race, when the Flash took off on Tom Welling stopped and smiled. And that was the end of the episode.
No.
So he never completed the race. I'm just throwing that out there, okay? So you can hate on me all you want.
He
jogging
smiled because he
backwards,
lost.
waving at him.
Yeah. Bart turned around and was like...
and then
like,
Impulse
"Right."
suddenly kicked in his super speed, and he was gone,
Yeah.
and Clark couldn't even see him.
Yeah. So, anyways, moving on a little bit, because we've been totally...
I think it was a good discussion.
Yeah, it was a good discussion. But I want to just kind of get some more subjects into this
Poor
episode.
Ross has been saying move on for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's fine, though. It was a good subject.
We've been going around in circles. Walk around in circles.
Yeah.
Walk around.
Running around in circles?
So Gordon,
Yeah,
so
that is.
J.K. Simmons, who was everybody knew as what's his name? J.J.
He was a
Simmons.
professor on the farmers commercials.
Yeah, and
We
he was
are
also a
farmers.
Well,
As
that's
well
true.
as
He was-
J. Jonah Jameson in the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies.
Yep,
That's-
he sure was.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. So thank you, Ross. And he has been announced as the new Commissioner Gordon for our DC the DC universe, starting in Justice League. What do you guys think of that?
Well, why not? I mean, he's a good actor, and I think he would
He's
do
great.
the role justice there.
I think he'll be pretty interesting as Gordon.
I'm very happy. I mean, some people are like, so does this mean it's off the table for him to be J. Jonah Jameson? I don't think they're going to allow a cross, for him contractually to do both. But
He's already Jameson in 2 different Marvel properties. He was in the
Yep.
Sam Raimi movies, and he's been in the animated
he
sensational
has. You're
Spider-Man
right.
series.
that's true. I forgot about that.
No, this
Yeah.
is
So it's
teaming
not like
with
it's a
with
new role
a
to him,
resounding yes. I think he would do great,
Yeah, I do too.
as Commissioner James Gordon.
There was a rumor that James Gordon was dead. With
Just kidding. He didn't really die.
Yeah, well, no, seriously, there was a rumor that the character of James Gordon was dead by the time of Batman v Superman. And people are like, they were like surprised. But I gotta say that as somebody who appreciates the Batman universe, I'm okay with this.
Appreciates.
Yeah.
You
That's
are
cute.
a raging fanboy.
Yeah, okay. All right, that's fair to say. But I think it's great that hey, you can't go wrong with good casting. You know what I mean? There was a rumor that the guy from what was his name? I can't remember the name of the actor. Oh, Bryan Cranston. That was the name of the actor who was rumored to be cast as Gordon.
Here, let me help you out, Ross.
He'd make a pretty good. I didn't want to go through the whole thing because I was afraid it was copyrighted.
Oh my god.
Da 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 da
Dude.
da. Oh.
So, Brian.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, so what I meant was Bryan Cranston was originally rumored to be Gordon. He would have been cool too, but I'm perfectly okay with him being Gordon, the guy they actually cast. So, I mean, any opinions?
I'm in agreement. He's a great actor with good range, and I was particularly fond of him in Portal as Cave Johnson.
I agree. And if they do use Bryan Cranston, I definitely see him as more of a villain anyway.
That's true. That's true.
Since
So-
Breaking Bad, it's kind of hard not to.
See, okay.
Mhm.
I have yet to watch that series. I keep getting told it's a great series, but
I've only
I just
seen 4 seasons of it, but it's pretty good.
only seen 4
Actually,
seasons. I haven't
really
seen any
kept-
one.
I really kept waiting for it to get better, and it just, to me, it didn't.
Anthony,
You seem to say that about a lot of different series, Chell.
Yeah, well, some series I do love.
But Anthony, you were a fan of Kristen Ritter of just Jessica Jones, wasn't she part of Breaking Bad?
She was, and she did really good in Breaking Bad.
Yeah. See, I never
She
watched
was?
it. Yeah, from what I heard.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, was
Yeah,
she
she was
in
the
after 4? Oh, right, she was the girlfriend
Jesse's
that
girlfriend.
OD'd.
Yes,
Now I remember. Yes, she was excellent until she died.
she really was. She was very good in that show.
Spoiler.
All right, so let me just point out that let me ask you guys this. Hold on a second. So we've covered all that. You guys have been watching. Chelle, have you watched anything on this week for? Because there's sort of a hiatus going on right now with the Flash and the Legends of Tomorrow.
The Legends
temporarily.
of Tomorrow was on last week, though.
Yeah. So you weren't here last time because you were sick. I kind of briefly talked about that episode where they were in space. What did you think of that episode?
I didn't love it as much as you did,
Oh,
but
okay.
I loved
The
the Star
size
Trek
says it all.
references. I loved the Star Trek references.
Yeah.
It was one of the best episodes of the Legends of Tomorrow. I'm kind of sad. No, I'm kind of sad about the ending because I think that they needed him. That particular person who, you know, what's going to happen at the end of that. I don't want to spoil it for anybody who hasn't seen it.
Spoil it. Just go for it.
If the Freeze guy really did kill him, which it really looks like he did,
Yeah.
I think that it's a big mistake because they really needed his gruff, asshole attitude to balance out the, chirpy, happy, Rory, whatever his name is in there, Rory from Doctor Who, and like Sarah and definitely the old Superman dude, whatever his name is, Adam or whatever, from the Flash, because oh my god, that guy is like way too chirpy and happy and shiny white teeth. They needed that gruff guy, and I think it's a mistake to get rid of him, but maybe they didn't. Who knows what's actually going to happen?
So, do you think that? Okay, here's my theory. Okay, as you guys know, Hawkman died a few episodes ago. Spoiler. Whatever.
Yeah, you've been waiting for him to come back.
Well, I believe that
Hawkman,
what's going to happen.
no!
Well, what I believe is going to happen is they're going to run into him in a different time, and they're going to just simply recruit him from that time because they're going to reincarnate anyways. Him and Shayera.
And that absolutely could happen because yes, they have lived many lifetimes, but they're going forward in time now, not back. They would have to go back before he was born into that lifetime that we had him when we got him in 2016. So they would have to go back like to 1960, so they're 70s, 60s, so he would be an adult before his last death.
I'm gonna drop a little bomb on you guys.
Drop the bomb.
We already know. Well, hold on. We already know that he was killed because he was the professor's dad. Because the professor that we met in the second episode, where we saw him, and then he was their child. So we would have to. It would have to be him, or else they would have to go even farther into the past, like into the 20s.
Wibbly,
Okay,
yeah.
wobbly,
So
timey,
no,
yes.
Hawkman will live on in Kendra's flashbacks to the previous lives. So he did die. He did die. But he will exist only in the flashbacks.
No, you see, this is the great thing about the Legends of Tomorrow. All they got to do is go to like, even if it's 1989, for example, because when he died, it doesn't matter. He's going to reincarnate. That's part of the.
They can't go take the one from 1989 and bring him with them on travel because then he wouldn't be there until 2016.
It doesn't matter because he gets a sort of an update in his brain. He remembers better than she does. You remember?
Wouldn't. If they had taken the one from 1989, first of all, he would have been a kid. Secondly, then if they had taken him in 2000,
she's giving us much more thought than I have.
Well, no, if they took him in the 80s, then he wouldn't be there in 2016 to find Hawk Girl.
Okay, but listen to me on this one. All right, just listen.
He Googled this. Listen.
Hawkman will live on in Kendra's flashbacks to their previous lives. Now, that's the benefit of having characters who reincarnate. Now, he will also be present if Kendra happens to fall in love with someone new in the current timeline. Now,
Like
that
Ray
means a
Palmer.
reunion with Cisco could still be in the cards, but it won't be a walk in the park. So, he will be living, just not in the present timeline.
Yeah, that's possible.
I don't know. We'll see how that
Your
goes.
Google skills are very good, Anthony.
Mm-hmm.
The Google
I always
is
like to
strong
drop the
with
bombs.
him.
Yeah.
I call
The-
them. We should name them Google bombs because he doesn't watch the show, ladies and gentlemen. So he's dropping us bombs on what he researches in the middle of the show, which is actually
Mhm.
impressive.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Oh, there isn't. I actually find it impressive because if it's relevant.
Right.
So
right.
yeah, I mean, hey,
I don't know. We'll have to see what happens.
we will. So wow, Ross, anything you want to add to that? Ross, have you kept up with any of these CW shows? Ross.
Hang on, girlfriend just called me.
Oh, that's fine.
He was saying he's been slowly catching up with them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was watching Agent of Shield.
Oh, thank you.
Agent Carter, actually.
Yes,
Or
and
something. Or, yeah.
I've
Good
gotten
segue.
through the first half of the season of Agents of Shield, of the latest season of Agents of Shield, and I just finished the last episode of Agent Carter.
By the way, Agent Carter just got. That's a good segue, because it just officially got renewed.
Excellent.
You were the one, Ross.
Freaking
After the
cliffhanger.
Yeah, you were the one, and you were the one, Ross, that said to us a couple of episodes ago that you were like telling us it's on a hiatus, because it's this filler show between Agents of Shield when they're in a hiatus, and a lot of people were like, no, it's canceled, and it turns out you were right. It was officially renewed. ABC, or is it ABC? ABC, whoever it is.
ABC.
I think it is. Yeah, ABC. They officially announced, excuse me, and that it will be renewed. And
occasionally, I do know what I'm talking about.
That's why we have you here. I would not hire people for free. Or Monopoly
You do
money.
hire me for free.
Well, I paid you $4 in Monopoly money. And you'll
Which
like
is
it.
free.
So the point is, that yeah. So Agents of I'm sorry, Peggy. What the hell's the name of the show? Agent Carter, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So Agent Carter has been officially renewed for season 2, and
3.
Oh, sorry, 3. I haven't even seen season 2, but whatever. That's fine. So that's good.
So I do want to share something with you. So
you can share anything you want, my friend.
All right. So what CW does is go by ratings, right?
Okay.
Now check this out. The top 3 rated shows that are more than likely going to be renewed for the next season. The first 2 are The Flash, Arrow, and Supernatural.
Wow.
Isn't that amazing, right?
And I know Supernatural's been going on for like what, 15, 12 years.
Supernatural's been on for 10 years.
Yeah.
They're on
It's
their 11th or
insane
12th
how
season.
popular
Yeah.
that series is. My girlfriend's
Yeah.
an absolute nut for it.
And you know, one of the characters, I hate to admit this, but I used to watch. I've had 3 ex-wives, so sorry guys. Well, I don't know if I'm sorry. I'm just saying, I have watched Days of Our Lives. That's the reason I'm mentioning this. All of my I have had no choice but to. I hope it's hot, by the way. And so one of the characters was a major character on Days of Our Lives. One of the 2 brothers, the blonde.
Right. Right.
Yeah. And so that's the only reason I mentioned Days of Our Lives and why I brought that up. But you know, Supernatural is like. I mean, I watched it for several seasons. I didn't think it was going to endure as long as it did.
Yeah.
Fans are what kept this show alive. This show is, you know, I may not have kept up with it since like season, I don't know, 5, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll tell you what, I respect the fandom, and I respect the fact that they kept the show alive. And I will totally endorse, you know, just the idea of I don't have to have watched the whole show. The fact that this show has the kind of support that it has is worthy of mentioning.
Even Rotten Tomatoes has given Supernatural a 91%.
Yeah.
And you're referring to Jensen Ackles,
Yes.
who was
He played
Dean.
He played one of the characters.
It's not surprising that the show's done so well. They've got some excellent actors, and the cast is relatively very small. With the two brothers being the main characters for several years, with the introduction of a few recurring characters.
Sometimes that's what makes it work, brother. You sometimes less is more.
And one thing I really do enjoy about the series is that it doesn't always take place in a major metropolitan city.
Correct.
The majority of the series takes place out in the sticks, out in the boonies, out in redneck.
And it's always some seedy motel.
Most of these hunters are rednecks.
Right?
They are as hick as you can get, but they're smart. They are creative. They use what they have to kill demons. Rednecks are killing demons.
One of the funniest lines that Jensen Ackles has said as Dean Winchester, he said, "It's memory foam. It remembers me." He was so happy. He was like, "It's memory foam. It remembers me."
Like a bed, yeah. That is funny because my girlfriend and I were like, "Oh, I wish we had memory foam because our bed's like making our backs hurt." No, but that's funny because the show I respect the series because my daughter was a huge fan. I mean, Jesus Christ, 12 seasons, series, or was it
11?
10.
11 seasons.
Okay,
this is the 11. Yeah.
Okay, 11 seasons. I just remember my daughter. Sorry, go ahead, Chelle.
Oh no! I was just gonna say. So Ross, you were pointing out how I say that a lot about a lot of other shows. I will not say that about Supernatural. I did stop watching Supernatural, but Supernatural absolutely is an amazing show. I watched it for 6 seasons.
Yeah.
And then it has a scheduling conflict, and I just kind of got out of the habit of watching it.
I didn't expect.
And then I started watching other things, but I won't say that it didn't. It is a really good show, and it did deliver.
The Winchester brothers.
All right, Chelle, you have redeemed yourself.
Yeah. Hey, I'll tell you what. Look, here's the thing. I have a daughter, and she loved Doctor Who, which is pat myself on the shoulder for that one. And
you're a bigger geek for Doctor Who than you are for Star Trek.
Yeah, well,
Doctor Who's amazing. No Doctor Who bashing.
Yeah, yeah, it's about equal. It actually is about equal. But anyways. But Supernatural, see, the thing is, Supernatural is a recent, sort of fandom, right? It's been 11 years, but it's a cult. It's definitely a cult phenomena. It's something that I may not have watched past a certain season. I honestly didn't expect it to last. I was like, oh, this show's going to cave, and they had to get fans at one point to get them to stay on the air. And then beyond that, it went even further. It was like, holy crap! This show has actually survived. It actually went beyond survival. It went beyond survival to resurrection. That's a huge difference. I'm amazed the more I realize how long the show has been on the air. I'm actually so impressed. I'm going to go back and revisit the episodes from where I left off because. Seriously, if the fandom's that passionate, and it actually works, I mean, seriously, hats off to you guys. Seriously, I mean, your show deserves some serious respect. That's all I have to say.
Well, they've got intelligent writers, talented actors, and a very dedicated fan base.
I love Misha Collins. You know, there was an episode where they played themselves.
Wait. Misha Collins. Is that the same dude who plays Winter Soldier?
No.
Okay, never mind.
They got Felicia freaking Day on the series.
Oh, did they?
Mm-hmm,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there was an episode where they played themselves. You know, Jensen Ackles played Jensen Ackles, and Jared Padalecki played himself. Misha Collins played himself. What was interesting is when Misha Collins was tweeting to the fans, he's all, "Hello, Misha Migos." I thought it was funny. Yeah. So they do things like that, but see, the writers mix it up and they keep it fresh even after 11 seasons. This show has been on the air since 2006. So,
Wow.
yeah, really talented writers.
That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Wow. I'm blown away. I never even realized that. So, yeah, so we could pretty much covered everything we were going to talk about tonight. But is there anything you guys in particular want to bring up?
There is actually.
Go ahead.
So I have been catching up on different comic series, starting with the current ongoing Star Wars series. But diverting away from that, one of the new upcoming Marvel series that was launched last year, and it ties into Spider-Man.
Okay.
Have you heard of Silk?
A little bit. Remind us.
George or Black Magnum, Chelle?
Silk, no superhero.
Nah.
Okay,
It
so
sounds a little familiar,
here's the elevator pitch for her background. She was bitten by the same spider that Peter Parker was.
Oh, are you talking about Spider-Gwen?
No.
Okay.
Her name is Cindy Moon. She was bitten by the same spider that Peter Parker was. But instead of embracing her new abilities and discovering more about herself, she voluntarily had herself locked in a bunker for 10 years.
Interesting.
Now, before the Secret Wars Shake Up big, huge summer reboot event, there was an event called Spider-Verse, where she was freed from that bunker and fought alongside both Peter and an entire multiverse worth of Spider-Men.
Okay.
She now has her own series, and I've been reading through that and absolutely loving the character.
Now, isn't Cindy Moon more of an Asian American character in the Spider-Man series?
She is an Asian American girl who has comparable powers to Spider-Man, if equal, but instead of building her own web shooters, she's able to weave her own webbing or silking from her own fingertips.
All right.
That's interesting.
Her costume is black on gray with a red mask that goes over her nose and mouth.
Okay.
And I gotta say, I really like this character and the hero. She's kind of filling the void that Spider-Man left now that he's gone international after Secret Wars.
Now didn't this come out in 2008?
2005 or 2015. It was early in 2015 that the first issue was released.
Oh, okay. That's something to look into.
Definitely. I highly suggest the comic. She's a really fun character. She's got all of the charm and snark that Spider-Man used to have, as well as that kind of, as a fish out of water kind of feel, because she spent the last 10 years in a bunker, alone. So she's awakening to a new world of Facebook and Twitter, and she's still kind of stuck back in the 90s.
Interesting. Sounds cool.
Her nickname she works at a place called the Fact Channel, kind of the analog to Fox News, and she actually works for J. Jonah Jameson, who's moved on from the Bugle.
Interesting.
Her nickname for him is Analog.
It's all weaved together.
And
nice how they do that.
Her overall arc involves her finding her family since they disappeared after she went into the bunker.
Interesting.
But she's a lot like Spider-Man with just a little bit more attitude.
Well, nothing better than a little sass.
She's very sassy. She has a lot of interactions with the Black Cat.
Well, I'm going to look into that. I'm going to have to check that out.
I'm certainly enjoying it. I'm looking forward to the next episode, or next issue.
Do you think this is something that we would see on Netflix?
I don't know if there's going to be a adaptation of it anytime soon. It's still a relatively new series, so it might be some time before anyone in film decides to pick it up.
I have a feeling that the writers from the CW, for Supernatural, if they pick this up, can you imagine what they would do with this episode?
That would be a lot of fun.
That would just be amazing. So that's a good thing. So what city is this portrayed in?
Oh, it's still New York.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, she's filling the void of Peter now that he's got his own technology firm and he's gone international.
You know what? That's awesome. I always felt like we should talk about like the comic books and the films. There's a lot of stuff like going on right now, like in the movies and the TV shows, right? So, but people forget, where did it all come from? The comics. It all came from the comic books, and if you don't read the comic books, that's fine. You're not a bad guy. But this is the source material that has inspired these filmmakers to bring us, either whether it's in the movies or on TV, the material we're now enjoying. So, all you people out there listening, if you want to talk about anything, if you want us to bring up a topic, we may, like for example, Ross brought up Supernatural. Okay, so Supernatural is that's a genre. Okay, so Moon Knight is in Marvel. Moon Knight, Doctor Strange. There's a category for that. So there's the supernatural superhero element.
I just finished Injustice year 3, and that was all about DC magic users.
Okay, yeah, right, exactly. So, and DC has
Constantine,
Zatanna,
Dr. Fate, the Spectre,
Zatanna. No,
Zatanna.
Yeah, I know. But the point I'm trying to make is that each group,
fishnets.
Yeah, I know. Marvel, DC, they each have different genres within the superhero genre, whether it's supernatural or sci-fi, like Green Lantern, for example. They're Space Rangers. I'm just saying, Space Rangers for Green Lantern. You got your Zatanna and Constantine for the supernatural and Swamp Thing, and then Marvel has Man Thing, and they have a Satana, the daughter of the devil. They have all this stuff. Each side has different genres. So, and they're all within the superhero spectrum. So, what I'm going to ask you, listeners, if you had a choice of what you would like us to talk about, let us know. It's supergeeks99@gmail.com. It's supergeeks7 at Twitter. If you would like us to focus on something, if you have something you want to tell Chelle she sucks at, I'm joking. I'm joking. I will defend you if they do that. Because if you do,
I can defend myself.
All right, fine. But if you guys want to just reach out to us, let us know. We would love to discuss it with you. We just have no fans right now because
reach out and touch me.
Well, okay.
Don't touch me, please.
Yeah, that's Ross. I may have to edit that out because if I don't, I have a funny feeling you're going to be on some kind of a watch list.
Dude, I'm on. I'm not going to finish that.
I'm joking.
Maybe he wants to be watched.
Maybe he does.
Maybe
I do.
I
You want
do.
me to watch you? What? You want me to watch you, Russ?
Yeah. I'd like
OMG. OMG. All right, guys. So thank you for joining me this week. We've already discussed where we can be reached on social media, but just to go over it one more time, Ross, where can people find you?
I can be found on Twitter at subsailor688.
And Chelle?
On Twitter at Michelle LHS.
And Anthony?
You can find me on Twitter at Anthony Battles.
And you can find me at Chooch99A on Twitter. Otherwise, you can look me up. I want to thank everybody for listening. I think this was interesting. Yeah, it was a good episode. So, I want to thank you guys for joining me. I want to thank the audience for listening and putting up with us, especially Chelle. And I'm joking.
Putting up with me, thanks.
Yeah. And
All
we will
good.
talk to you the next time.